The Warrior Wildflower, Strength Wrapped in Grace, by Atlanna Healing. To the world, she appears as a radiant soul, beautiful, happy, and carefree. There is a spark in her eyes that draws people in, a kind of magic that makes others feel lighter simply by being in her presence. Her laughter rings like chimes in the wind, free, melodic, irresistible. She is often the sunshine in the room, the one who brings joy, laughter, and warmth wherever she goes. To many, she is the life of the gathering, vibrant, gregarious, and full of zest. And that is the image she allows most people to see. But beneath that bright exterior lives another truth, one hidden behind walls so high and strong that only a chosen few will ever glimpse it. For though she is indeed a wildflower, soft, delicate, radiant, she is also a warrior. Life demanded it of her. The gentle laughter and free spirit that people adore are only part of her story. The other part, the one less spoken of, is the fire forged in trial, the resilience born of heartbreak, the courage carved from countless nights of silence and tears. She has walked through fires that would have broken others. She has faced storms that threatened to drown her light. In those moments, she could not survive as the delicate flower others believed her to be. No, in the ashes of her darkest days, she needed something different, something stronger. She needed to summon a force within her, a strength she did not ask for but was called to embody. The spirit of a warrior. Not because she wanted to, but because she had to. Life gave her no choice. She learned to rise when she felt broken, to stand tall when her knees trembled, to wipe her own tears and carry her own soul when no one else could. This warrior within her became her shield, her fire, her lifeline. It was not born of vanity or pride, but of sheer necessity. The need to survive, to protect her heart, to keep moving forward even when everything felt lost. Most will never know this side of her, and they don't need to. The world sees her beauty, her light, her charm, and that is enough. But those who are closest to her, the ones who have earned her trust, her love, and her deepest confidence, they know both faces of her spirit. They have witnessed the wildflower and the warrior, the gentle and the unbreakable, and they love her for the wholeness of who she is. For she is a paradox wrapped in grace, the toughest version of kind, the fiercest version of beautiful. She is proof that softness and strength are not opposites but companions, that a woman can be tender and yet unshakable, that love can live inside the same heart that has known battle. The world may applaud her for her brightness, her joy, and her laughter, but her people, the ones she allows into her inner sanctuary, they celebrate her entire being. They see her not only as a wildflower swaying gently in the wind, but as the warrior who stands tall against the storm, refusing to be uprooted. And that is the rare and beautiful thing about her. She inspires without trying. She will walk beside you in your darkest hours, reminding you that you are not alone. She will fight for you when you cannot fight for yourself. She will hold your hand and remind you of your own worth when you forget it. She will love you unconditionally, fiercely, with a loyalty that does not falter. Because that is who she is, a woman of fire and bloom. Her beauty is not only in her smile or her laughter, but those are dazzling. Her true beauty lies in her ability to keep loving despite the hurt, to keep giving despite the scars, to keep standing despite the weight of all she has carried. She has become a beacon, not because her life has been easy, but because she chose to rise from the ashes of difficulty and still shine. This is the essence of the strong woman, not flawless, not untouched by pain, but radiant because she has embraced both her wildflower heart and her warrior spirit. The wildflower in her dances in joy, reminding her to play, to laugh, to soak in the sunlight of life. The warrior in her grounds her, reminding her of her strength, her boundaries, and the truth of her worth. Together, they make her whole. Together, they make her unstoppable. And so, she walks through this world with grace in her step and fire in her soul. She is a mirror for others, a living testament that it is possible to be both soft and strong, gentle and unyielding, joyful and scarred. The wildflower is adored by the many, but the warrior is honored by the few who truly know her. And in that balance lies the rare, breathtaking power of her existence. She is the kind of woman who changes lives simply by being herself. She reminds us that strength and beauty are not separate, but intertwined. That unconditional love is not weakness, but the fiercest force of all. That behind every smile may lie a story of battles fought and victories won. Yes, she is the toughest version of kind, the most radiant version of strong. And that is the legend of her soul.